Algeria is the largest country by land area and by population. Nigeria is the largest. Africa has the second largest population in the world with an estimated 1 billion inhabitants. This constitutes almost 15% of the world's population 2009 census. Over 1,000 official languages are spoken across the African continent, and the largest religious group is Islam, followed by Christianity. Let's check out the 54 countries of Africa, all countries in Africa. 9. How big is Africa? Africa is the second largest continent in the world in terms of land area and population. Africa covers a landmass of over 3 million square kilometers, 11.7 square miles, which includes independent island states. Africa is separated from Europe by the Mediterranean Sea and joined with Asia by the Isthmus of Suez. This is a 120-kilometer, 75-mile strip of land which lies between the Mediterranean Sea and the Red Sea. The Suez Rift runs between the Isthmus of Suez, which divides mainland Egypt and Africa from the Sinai Peninsula. Africa is surrounded by the Red Sea and the Suez Canal in the northeast, the warm Indian Ocean to the southeast, the Mediterranean Sea to the north, and the icy cold Atlantic Ocean to the west. The distance from the southernmost tip of Africa at Cape Agulhas to the northernmost tip at Ras Ben Saka in Tunisia is approximately 8,050 kilometers, 5,000 miles. The distance between the most easterly point at Ras Fun in Somalia and the most westerly point in Cape Verde is approximately 7,400 kilometers, 4,600 miles. Africa straddles the equator, which passes through 6 countries: Gabon, Republic of the Congo, Democratic Republic of the Congo, Uganda, Kenya, and Somalia. Surrounded by water from all directions, Africa is a continent with clearly defined borders. In the north, it is separated from Europe by the Mediterranean Sea. In the northeast, is separated from Asia by the Suez Canal, and farther by the Red Sea. From the east and southeast, it is surrounded by the Indian Ocean, from the west by the Atlantic Ocean. The total number of independent states in Africa is 54. The transcontinental country in this region is Egypt, also having a small part of its territory in Asia on the other side of the Suez Canal, but politically it is a member of the African Union. Among the African countries, the biggest one is Algeria, occupying around 7% of the continent's territory. And the smallest nation is Seychelles, the worldwide famous luxurious beach holiday destination, occupying 115 islands stretching along the mainland's eastern coast. 8. Largest countries in Africa by land area. The top 5 largest countries in Africa by land area are: Algeria, covers 6% of the Earth's total surface area, largest country in Africa and the 10th largest in the world. The Democratic Republic of the Congo, landlocked country in Central Africa, larger than the combined land area of Norway, Sweden, Germany, France, and Spain. Sudan in North Africa, sharing a coastal border with the Red Sea. Libya in North Africa, sharing a coastal border with the Mediterranean Sea. Chad, landlocked country in North Central Africa. Largest and smallest countries in Africa by land area. The top 5 smallest countries in Africa by land area are all island nations. Seychelles, an archipelago of 115 islands in the Indian Ocean. São Tomé and Príncipe, 2 main islands of the archipelago located in the Gulf of Guinea. Mauritius, located in the Indian Ocean, includes the Mascarene Islands of Rodriguez. Comoros, archipelago of 3 main islands and numerous smaller islands located in the Indian Ocean. Cape Verde, archipelago of 10 islands, located in the Indian Ocean. The smallest country in mainland Africa is the Republic of Gambia. It is almost completely surrounded by Senegal, except for its western coastline along the Atlantic Ocean. 7. Richest and poorest countries in Africa. Looking at the purchasing gross domestic product (GDP) of the countries in Africa, the top 5 richest countries in Africa in 2019 were Egypt, Nigeria, South Africa, Algeria, Morocco. The top 5 poorest countries in Africa in 2019 by purchasing GDP were Burundi, the Central African Republic, the Democratic Republic of the Congo, Eritrea, Liberia. 6. Northern Africa. Northern African countries: Algeria, Egypt, Libya, Morocco, Sudan, Tunisia. Northern Africa has a population of more than 249 million and contains 6 different countries. The most populous country in Northern Africa is Egypt, which has a total population of more than 102 million. The least populous country in the subregion is Libya, with around 6.87 million people. All the countries of Northern Africa identify themselves as Arab and Muslim countries. Hence, most of the people in these countries speak Arabic and practice the religion of Islam. Cairo, the Egyptian capital, is the most populous country in the subregion, with a population of more than 20 million. Other large cities in the subregion include Egypt's Alexandria and Morocco's Casablanca. 5. Eastern Africa. This include Burundi, Comoros, Djibouti, Eritrea, Ethiopia, Kenya, Madagascar, Mozambique, Malawi, Mauritius, Rwanda, Seychelles, Somalia, South Sudan, Tanzania, Uganda, Zambia, and Zimbabwe. Eastern Africa contains more than 453 million people living in 18 different countries. The subregion's most populous country is Ethiopia, with a population of nearly 115 million. The least populous country in Eastern Africa is the island country of the Seychelles. 4. Western Africa. This includes Benin, Burkina Faso, Cabo Verde, Gambia, Ghana, Guinea, Guinea-Bissau, Ivory Coast, Liberia, Mali, Mauritania, Niger, Nigeria, Senegal, Sierra Leone, and Togo. The region of Western Africa is home to approximately 409 million people living in 16 different countries. The most populous country in the subregion is Nigeria, which is also the most populous country in Africa and the 7th most populous country in the world. The country has a total of over 206 million people. The least populous country in the subregion is Cape Verde, which is an island nation lying off the coast of Western Africa. It has less than 556,000 people. Western Africa contains a vast number of ethnic and linguistic groups. Islam is the most dominant religion of the subregion, especially in the north, while Christianity generally dominates the southern part of the region's southernmost countries. Western Africa was once the home of vast empires, including Ghana and Mali, which are now the names of two of the subregion's countries. The most populous city in Western Africa is Lagos, the former capital of Nigeria, which is home to about 21 million people. 3. Middle Africa. This include Angola, Cameroon, Central African Republic, Chad, Congo, DR Congo, Equatorial Guinea, Gabon, São Tomé, and Príncipe. More than 183 million people live in Middle Africa's 9 different countries. The subregion's most populous country is the Democratic Republic of the Congo, where more than 89 million people live. The subregion's least populous country, São Tomé and Príncipe, which can be found off Middle Africa's west coasts, contains around just 209,000 people. The subregion's biggest city is the capital of DR Congo, Kinshasa. The city boasts a population of 13.3 million, making it the 3rd most populous city in Africa. Africa's 4th most populous city, Luanda, the capital of Angola, is also located in Middle Africa. 2. Southern Africa. This include Botswana, Eswatini, Lesotho, Namibia, South Africa. South Africa's population is an estimated 68 million people, making it the least populous of all of Africa's subregions. Most of these people live in just one of the subregion's 5 countries, South Africa, which has a total population of around 59 million people. Southern Africa's least populous country is the landlocked country of Eswatini, also called Swaziland, with a population numbering approximately 1.1 million people. Southern Africa's most populous city is Johannesburg, which is located in South Africa and is home to around 4.4 million people. 1. Other African territories. In addition to 54 countries, Africa also includes 3 dependencies and 1 disputed territory. 2 of the dependencies, Réunion and Mayotte, are controlled by France. Réunion is an island located just west of the small island country of Mauritius and east of the large island country of Madagascar. It is the most populous of Africa's dependencies, containing approximately 895,000 inhabitants. Mayotte is located in the Comoro Islands off the coast of Mozambique and borders the country known as the Comoros. The least populous territory in Africa is the British-controlled dependency of St. Helena, which is located far off the coast of Middle Africa, practically in the middle of the South Atlantic Ocean. Do let us know in the comments if you want to visit any of these countries. Please subscribe to Travel the World. Thanks for watching.